and there's plenty of industry and jobs. You've got all the way up the coast, you've got all the way inland here from where we are, where we've come from to here, out to the coast, so there's plenty of work and opportunities there. I mean, they've got, in this development, you'll see they've got huge industrial areas being built.
When we were here last time, they told us that there'd be 10,000 people just working in this precinct.
Yeah. So it's all still under development, but it's all underway. Let's quickly show you how big it is. Similar sort of concept to the Caroline Springs thing. There'll be high rise and that in here. So, and this is where they know, and the other thing which is important is because the population is growing, is that it can only go into certain areas of Brisbane, and this is one of the, all these sorts of growth corridors they keep talking about are designated areas where the population is going to go. So,
and this sort of North Lakes.
North Lakes, yeah.
What's the sort of land and house package?
Well, getting up there now, probably 500, I would think. Pretty close to it. The land shot up quite dramatically. So we've got quite a few properties in here, but it's got a golf course and all that sort of stuff.
And the rentals? Pretty bit more, 450?
Yeah, 440, 430, 440, I think it is now. So 450, so the land's shot up, just pushes it out a little bit. I'll show you the extent of it. Our timber frame houses.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah? Always like seeing that reaction. Well, that's how they do them. They're very solid, strong. They feel like normal houses when you're inside them.
All the houses like that?
90% across Australia.
Like a Lani house.
A Lani.
Big, expensive.
Yeah,
$4
absolutely.
million, $5 million.
Absolutely. Same, unless it's stepped down a cliff where you've got more retaining walls, so they use concrete more, block retaining walls, a whole lot of different building practices, or they might use poles. But absolutely, yeah.
It's a decent golf course. What's golf course before that, do you know?
Just the North Lakes golf course. This is all still part of the development, so the rest. And then with these this is a typical master plan community like Caroline Springs. Same thing's happening in Doreen as well. So they have to put in industrial areas inside this as well. So office parks and all that sort of stuff, that'll all fill up just like Caroline Springs.
It's take off like people living in the older states like that.
Yeah, but the price is the problem.
I see a sign there that was, I think it said there from 353.
Yeah, that's one thing, whatever you do when you're looking at Australian property, when it says from, it's that's where it starts from. So like they're building all this is all business park, all that sort of stuff here. Do what Australians do on the weekend, and they buy land, say for example out here, want to build a house, they go to one of the big display villages. And this one's got a big display village in here, so all the builders around. Yeah, I mean that's just one part, and then they'll do one at another part, and it just moves on from there. So, but if you wanted to know what the major part of the population is buying, then these are your typical areas. This is middle class in Australia. Something that's always worked, investment. So this is where your mum and dad and 2 children would live.
Yeah.
Now whether it's renting or buying, this is a big mixture of owner-occupiers and people who buy the land and go, what sort of house are we going to design and build on here? So you'd walk into one of the big display centres where all the nice houses are on display. I'm going to get lost in here. I'll go down. So, yeah, and there's another new one over here. So all the builders have put up all their big. They'll buy they'll put 5 or 6 houses each. Yeah. And some of the big ones have got 200 houses that you just walk through, pick a design. But this is it. These are all sort of nice areas. People want to live here.
Do you know where Salish's house is?
I can't. We got lost when I showed them that last time. And these are just nice areas. They just like they prefer to live in this sort of stuff than the older style. More. Yeah, and all these developments they put in like playgrounds and all that sort of stuff. And they've got all these big schools that are established in here. So this is typically what is very popular. But this is just, these sort of things are just escalating in size because this is where the new population's going, and that increased population has to come here. You know, you can see all the stuff that's being earmarked.
Yeah, it's very, very similar to those things we're driving around in Melbourne.
Yeah, I mean, same sort of thing. And that's because that's the sort of thing that Australians want to live in. Melbourne's kind of chaotic.
What size stands are
these? These are now down to 400 less. In here 330. They're very small now, so a lot of 2 stories. So there's the next stage over there, or whatever's going on there, and then what's happening over here. So it's all go. It fills up.
Yeah.
Very quickly. They don't knock this stuff out unless people are buying it. So
I just worry, there's a big chunk of investors that tend to take all this stuff up.
that's why you in these areas are all owner occupied. They're very well heavily strictly controlled as in what sort of investment property goes in here. So you've got a lot of jobs close by, you've got teachers and all that sort of stuff. Where the hell are we now?
Yes, it's probably better than mine.
Changes all the time, I tell you.